Hello again. So Igaro C1 conclusion more or less fixed. A bit noisy here, but okay. I've been taking the fender off to see what I can do to get it a little higher for 50mm tires. I need a file or something. In any case, internet is bad. I need to keep this short because 10 minutes video already took 1.5 hours to upload to YouTube last time. The last two times. The second time was actually longer even. Mobile internet just doesn't work in the evenings or late at night. Late in the evening, so yeah, from 23 something, I don't know what's going on. So there are issues. Light output is excellent. Color temperature 5000 Kelvin is good. Could be better with 4000. One of the things I would like to see changed is this box at the rear for the wires, so that the USB box in particular is separate, so that the light does not change in direction ever by putting in or out cables and using force. You can say you need to tighten this more, but why should you have to? It's better if it's just kept separate. Would also make it easier to replace it. Then you don't need to desolder anything. Could be a short cable with some little box that you mount here somewhere, for example. The application, what would I change? Automatic settings. So I've been talking to them. Oh no, this has been getting loose. I need to check that. They don't want to change the settings at the moment. I think it's a mistake. I think you should automate as much as possible, because there are so many options, and as a human you can't predict all situations. You can't select what's optimal, because you don't also know what is possible at the current speeds. So I would use a completely different algorithm to select power outputs based to USB, to light, using two types of settings. A USB priority, where you set the light outputs to a minimum that you need or want, and USB can then vary depending on speeds, but minimum light is guaranteed. Then you have light priority, where you set a USB output of the minimum that you want, and then everything goes to light output, everything more. But it does not go beyond, also you need a minimum here, beyond the minimum that you think is safe. But so in the light priority, power goes when available to the light. In USB it goes to USB when more power is available than a minimum required for the minimum light output. So always keep the minimum light output. So this for the evenings, of course, and for daytime you can have, I don't really care, I don't need lights in the day as the DRL or something. But I think that should be changed, the application, and if they want to keep the current output, then that can happen as well. Then they can use it with those settings, those two types of, like with a profile you can do it. You can do that with profiles, that you can test two settings, and you want to do, for example, a night ride where you want a lot of power output for USB, then you select minimum power to the lights that you think is safe, and you use that profile, and it means like switching a little button on the application and done. But now if you want to change that, you need to change a lot of settings in power output for the lights, but also for the USB. That just isn't, it's not great. Is it worth the money? I think there's no other comparison, so the answer has to be yes. The only other option is the F12W front wheel dynamo, but there are no really good bicycle headlamps for dynamo that you can attach to it. I'm not sure if you can use what would happen if you use an e-bike headlight of more power in particular. I will ask them. And But yeah, there are no really good headlamps for dynamo that you can use with the F12W in any case. And the e-bike also, you don't really find anything like this, especially not at color temperature. So yes, it's worth it, but only for people who want to spend this much money for a daily bike, or who do long tours where they're dependent on dynamo power. And I think in that case it's definitely worth it. It removes mostly the range anxiety issue with if you use the phone in particular for navigation and other stuff. The phone, using the GPS navigation really drains the phone's batteries for all phones. And you can use a power bank, and it's possible for a single day trip. I think it will be okay. It depends a bit on which size, but using USB makes it more flexible, especially if things go unexpectedly and you need a longer run time. Then I've experienced it before using this last year, that all my batteries and my power bank were drained. I've only had just a little bit of power, and I came to this small village, and I thought there was a hotel, but it was closed or something. And a guy talked to me, and he said, "Yeah, come to my house." You can read about it on my website. I also mentioned it in one video or two. And I could charge everything there, but I had no power left. And these things happen with power banks. My second phone was also empty, the battery was empty, so I think it already switched off. Worth it, yes, but only for a certain, if you can spend the money, if you want to use it for a daily bike, for long tours, definitely worth it. There's really no alternative at the moment. That's it for now. Bye.